Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are out by Mammee and we're giving you an update on the Mammee Roaring River development. This is the land that the government, the PNP government back in the day, gave China Harbour Engineering Company to build Highway 2000, or basically for them to come to Jamaica. Now the government gave the China Harbour Engineering Company, was the PNP government, 1,200 acres. Some of it here in Mammee Bay and some over in Caymanas. So today I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think that was a good deal? I thought, well, now that you can see this massive development that they're doing out in Mammee Bay, and based on so many other projects being done in Jamaica in which no land was given, you have to ask yourself, was this a good move? Now, this is prime real estate. This development by Mammee Bay is 740 acres. Phase 1, I think, is 160 acres, but phase 1 is sold out. The houses have not even finished yet, and they are sold out. In all, 740 acres will be developed in Mammee Bay. Now, we are going to go through an article that gives more information on this, and you guys, let us know if you think this was a good deal. Now, just before we do the article, the land did not cover the cost of the highway. The highway was about 730 million US. Some reports say the land was never valued. Some say that the land was given to China Harbour Engineering Company. And one thing is for certain, China Harbour Engineering Company got a concession to collect toll on the highway for 50 years, and that money was to be used to repay for the building of the highway. So if the land was never valued, how much is the toll going to collect towards the highway? But we'll go through the article that gives more information on this. The decision by the People's National Party, PNP government, to allocate approximately 1,200 acres of prime land, including 740 acres at Mammee Bay in St. Anne, to China Harbour Engineering Company as partial compensation for the US $700 million North-South Highway has sparked national debate. While it enabled crucial infrastructure development, it also raised serious concerns about transparency, land use, and long-term national interest. One of the main benefits of the land for infrastructure deal is that it allowed Jamaica to access world-class highway infrastructure, the North-South Highway, without immediately increasing national debt. By granting land instead of borrowing hundreds of millions of dollars, the government facilitated economic growth while easing the financial pressure on the country. The agreement was jump-started by a large-scale development project that could bring thousands of jobs in construction, hospitality, and commercial services. The planned hotels, residences, and commercial centers in Mammee Bay are expected to accommodate over 4,000 residents and create significant economic ripple effect, especially in tourism and real estate. With Jamaica's northern coast already being a tourist hotspot, the development could enhance the region's appeal. The proposed mix of resorts, villas, and public infrastructure has the potential to increase room stock and improve amenities. Importantly, the agreement includes a stipulation that if CHEC fails to deliver the land within a certain period, typically 25 years, ownership will revert to the government of Jamaica. This clause was meant to protect national interests and discourage land hoarding. The Mammee Bay land includes, okay, so those were the pros. Now we're going to look at the cons of the deal. One would be loss of prime irreplaceable land. The Mammee Bay land includes environmentally sensitive areas, forests, wetlands, and part of the Roaring River watershed. This region also holds cultural and historical significance. The permanent transfer of such land, even with reversion clauses, can be viewed as a short-sighted trade-off for a one-time infrastructure project. The second con is lack of transparency and public engagement. The deal was criticized for being negotiated with minimal public input and parliamentary scrutiny. According to the Auditor General and civil society groups, there was inadequate assessment of the land's true market value, and the public was not fully informed about what was being exchanged in their name. Environmental groups have raised alarms about deforestation, water resource threats, and disruption to wildlife. In addition, Mammee Bay is tied to Taino architectural heritage and reportedly to Marcus Garvey's ancestry. Large-scale development could irreversibly damage Jamaica's cultural and ecological landscape. CHEC, as part of a major Chinese state enterprise, wielded significant leverage in negotiation. Critics argue that Jamaica may have conceded too much for too little in return, setting a precedent where national assets are swapped under pressure rather than carefully planned, mutually beneficial partnerships. From an infrastructure financing perspective, the deal was innovative and possibly necessary given Jamaica's high debt levels and urgent need for modern roads. It unlocked large-scale development, attracted foreign direct investment, and created jobs. However, the execution of the deal, the undervaluation of land, lack of public consultation, and potential environmental damage reveal significant flaws. Long-term national interests may have been compromised for short-term economic goals. In the final analysis, the Mammee Bay land deal with CHEC was a high-stakes gamble. It brought infrastructure and investment, but at a steep cost to transparency, sovereignty, and potentially the environment. Going forward, Jamaica must refine how such agreements are structured, prioritizing public accountability, environmental stewardship, and long-term national benefit over expedient solutions. So guys, that's the end of the update article. Let us know what you think. Was this a good deal? Alright guys, have a good day.